I'm Andrew. I'm here for Apex Pro, and today we're talking about the differences between the Apex Pro original unit, the Gen 1, and the brand new Apex Gen 2. So a couple things to touch on. They're all listed here. All of these green features are features that the original device has. Guess what? Gen 2 has all of them, but it does them better, and it adds some additional features to the original features that your Gen 1 unit has. The Apex coaching display, that's the red and green lights that you see as you're driving around the track. Red lights mean opportunity to be closer to the limit of the tire. Green lights is your current performance. That has been updated. So on the new Gen 2 device, you're now seeing a more representative display when you're going down straightaways. So you're no longer just seeing red lights on the straight as you would on the Gen 1. So that's a very compelling reason to try out a Gen 2. The GPS on the Gen 1 was a 10 hertz sampling frequency. So you get 10 data samples per second. That's about 10 times the sampling rate of the average smartphone. On the new Gen 2, we added an antenna for the 10 hertz GPS, which makes it more accurate. So your position and data review when you look at the car's position on the track is more accurate. The LED lights on the Gen 1 unit, sometimes they could get hot and have issues with failing prematurely. We totally changed the design of the LEDs. We used a different part. They have more heat resistance. They're more resilient for long-term use. The USB-B cable on the Gen 1 is upgraded to now a USB-C, which is a little more universal. It actually allows for quicker charging. It's just a better design overall. Incorporated with that is a new battery design. So there's a totally new battery in the Gen 2. It holds charge for longer. It's more resilient to being recharged. And it kind of was a necessity to update the battery design just in general to give it better performance. The magnetic base plate has been improved. There's a totally new base plate design. It holds the device even better in place so that it can never move off of that magnetic base plate. And it also allows for a lower profile shape of the actual Apex enclosure. We'll talk about that in a second. Crew view. Crew view is super cool. It's a lot of social features. You can see people driving and track on real time. You can see their lap times. You can see where they posted their data, where they stack up on leaderboards. That's for everybody. For Gen 2, we've added telemetry streaming. Telemetry is data that's being transmitted from a car in real time. So because we're connected with the Apex Pro to your phone, we can use cellular service to stream real-time data off that car. So you can now see a speed trace and long and lat G traces coming off cars with Gen 2s in real time. That's super cool. Huge reason to have Gen 2. No one else is doing it. 9-axis 16-bit IMU included on both devices. Automated weather saved with your data sessions. That's like cloud cover, temperature, whether it's raining or not, that's saved with your sessions on Gen 1 and Gen 2 with your data. Now, these features are all new for Gen 2. You cannot use, these features do not exist on Gen 1. These are new and require the new device. So the big one is the predictive LED display. You will see a predicted time display represented by LEDs. Very, very clear here. This is not on the phone screen. This is on the Gen 2 unit lights. You can opt to see this display, the predicted time display, predicted LED display, as opposed to the updated coaching model display. There's a charge indicator on the Gen 2. That means when you plug in the unit, if it needs to be charged, it's red. When it's fully charged, that turns green. It's right there on the side by the charging port, nice and simple. You can now freeze the Apex coaching display. This was a highly requested feature. The coaching model can now be frozen so that it shows the same lights that some other driver was seeing or your best lap ever was showing. And then there's a low profile hardware design. So the Apex Pro unit takes up very little room on your dash. It's nice and elegant and allows you to see out the windshield.